Okay, welcome to a class on complex gerunds and complex 2 plus infinitives. Paying no attention to that. We're going to do complex 2 plus infinitives and complex gerunds, and even a little bit on participles, which we haven't mentioned yet, but I will introduce them today. Now, we looked at gerunds, infinitives and 2 plus infinitives in the previous class, and we learned that we use 2 plus infinitives after adjectives, and we will see them again today. We use gerunds after prepositions, and we will see that again today. And we use bare infinitive after modal verbs. However, it's not just the bare infinitive must do that we use after modal verbs. We can also use these other forms, and we have seen this in a previous class. We saw this when we were looking at other exotic forms of the passive. So we can say must do. We can also say must be doing, which is a continuous aspect here. This one's a simple aspect. This one's a continuous aspect, must be doing. This one's the perfect simple aspect, must have done. And this one's the perfect continuous aspect, must have been doing. But then there's 2 passive forms as well. There's simple passive, must be done. And there's perfect passive, must have been done. Yeah, and it's not really important to learn all the names, not in my opinion anyway, although the names do make sense to me. These are the 4 aspects, and these are 2 passive forms, that passive from simple and passive from perfect, okay? So you have all of those forms with modal verbs, and you do see all of those forms with modal verbs, and we've seen why as well. We've already studied why. So let's get rid of the must or the can or the would or the should or the will, because those forms work with all modal verbs. And let's look at complex 2 plus infinitive, because I'm pleased to say that complex 2 plus infinitive looks exactly the same. To do, to be doing, to have done, to have been doing, to be done, to have been done are the 6 forms of complex infinitive. Yeah. So this is what we're looking at today, complex infinitive and complex gerund. But let's look at complex infinitive first, because complex infinitive is harder. And what do I mean complex infinitive? I just mean the infinitive in 4 different aspects and the 2 passive forms as well. I mean all of this complex stuff, yeah? It's complex. There's 6 different forms there that we can see, 6 different forms of the verb.